Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. So today we're tackling one of the most frustrating universal roadblocks of the modern digital age, trying to secure stable, high-speed internet in completely unpredictable remote environments. If you've ever tried to work, broadcast, or even just upload a file from off the beaten path, you absolutely know the struggle. We're going to break down a really fascinating solution from ITPRO called 5G bonding.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever lost your internet signal during a crucial remote upload, or maybe right in the middle of a live stream? You're out in the field, maybe you've just captured the perfect footage, and suddenly, boom, you're staring at the spinning buffer wheel of doom. Your basic mobile hotspot just couldn't handle the pressure, or you hit a massive dead zone. But what if you could essentially guarantee that never, ever happens again?
Okay, let's dive right into Section 1. What is 5G bonding? We're moving way beyond standard Wi-Fi here.
To understand how we actually solve this massive problem, we really need to look at the stark contrast between two completely different worlds. Most of us are used to standard Wi-Fi sharing or basic load balancing, right? It's consumer-level stuff, and frankly, it's highly prone to failure when you're out in the wild. True 5G bonding, however, uses enterprise-grade router technology. Specifically, our source material notes that ITPRO utilizes heavy-duty equipment from Peplink. We're talking about hardware that is literally designed for total, unshakable reliability.
So at its core, 5G bonding is the process of combining multiple 5G and 4G SIM cards from competing networks like AIS and True and merging them into a single, massive, ultra-stable internet pipeline. Instead of just crossing your fingers and hoping one carrier happens to have a good signal in your remote location, you're actually binding competitors' resources together into one giant, unbreakable pipe. It's honestly a genius approach to building redundancy and sheer power.
Moving on to Section 2, 3 core technologies. This is the real magic behind that seamless connection.
Okay, so the very first pillar here is speed fusion bonding. Now this technology actually merges the upload and download bandwidth from every single inserted SIM card simultaneously. It's not just swapping back and forth between them, it actively pools all their speeds at the exact same time. This means you can push massive data or huge video files through effortlessly.
Our source material actually describes this perfectly. It's like having multiple jet engines driving at the exact same time. Look, one jet engine is powerful, sure, but binding 2, 3, or 4 of them together simultaneously, that creates an absolutely unstoppable force of data transmission. It's a great analogy that instantly makes the technical concept of bandwidth aggregation completely clear.
The second pillar is hot failover. Because, what happens if one of those jet engines suddenly sputters, or a carrier hits a blind spot? Well, that's where hot failover acts as your instant safety net. It provides seamless emergency network switching in literally fractions of a second. If one network drops, the load shifts instantly to the remaining healthy networks. It completely prevents disconnected streams or lag. Your viewers literally wouldn't even notice a hiccup.
And the third pillar, that would be WAN smoothing. Because even with a super strong overall connection, data packets can still sometimes get lost or fluctuate, and that's what causes stuttering video or choppy audio. WAN smoothing automatically fills in those lost or fluctuating data packets. Just imagine the pure relief of knowing that even if the signal gets slightly unstable, the router is actively ironing out those wrinkles in real time. It just delivers a completely smooth, flawless broadcast every single time.
All right, Section 3, real-world applications. Let's look at exactly where 5G bonding saves the day.
Let's just picture a remote professional's day for a second. If you're off-roading or camping out in national parks to shoot content, 5G bonding gives you a flawless connection, completely bypassing those unpredictable mobile signals. Or if you're live streaming remotely, you suddenly have zero fear of network bottlenecks. You can broadcast in high definition without that constant nagging anxiety of dropping a frame. And what about mobile production crews needing to send huge raw files back to the editing bay immediately? You get ultra-fast uploads right in the middle of nowhere. It's a real game changer.
Now, you might be wondering, okay, do I have to actually buy and configure all this crazy enterprise gear myself? Not at all. ITPRO actually offers this as a ready-to-use rental solution. It comes packed in a super convenient, easily deployable bag. You literally just grab it, turn it on, and depending on the scale of your job, you can use anything from a 2-SIM setup all the way up to a heavy-duty 4-SIM model. It's just purely practical.
Which brings us to Section 4, stadium-level internet anywhere. Let's get into the final takeaway. Seriously, just imagine a stadium-level internet network that you can physically pack in a bag and take everywhere with you.
ITPRO's 5G bonding essentially takes the massive, robust infrastructure required to power a crowded stadium, shrinks it down, and tosses it right in the back of your off-road vehicle. It completely redefines the boundaries of where high-end digital work can actually be accomplished.
So that leaves us with this final thought. If dropped connections and slow upload speeds were just suddenly removed from the equation, how could carrying stadium-level internet completely transform the ambition of your next remote project? I mean, what kind of locations could you broadcast from? What kind of off-grid content could you create? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and I'll see you next time.